We got Kansas City, the Raiders, we got Denver, and we got the Chargers here in this mix. So I'm not even gonna bore you, right? This is the this is a battle for second place. All right. I'm not even gonna play that game until they're the champs. Three out of the last 4 years and everything. You have to give them their respect. They've ran that division over and over and over. So I'm not even going to talk about the Kansas City Chiefs. First place until somebody else changes that. Until somebody else do something different, I'm not going to even squander or waste brain cells thinking about that. So we got Denver. Let's start with Denver there. Recently, they just named Bo Nix the starting quarterback for their team. So they got a rookie starting for their team. I think for Sean Payton, this is what he. I think this is probably what he's been looking for to start building upon that, to have that foundation for this team. They're not going to be the New Orleans Saints. Nobody's going to be the New Orleans Saints because they don't have Drew Brees and they don't have some of the other pieces that New Orleans had. But I do think they like the pieces that they got, and then that they can build upon them. Raiders. Going into the second season, actually the first full season for Antonio Pierce. So, and if you heard me on here before, I root for Antonio Pierce, man, to have success. He just seems like he's one of those coaches that it's because he was a player, he understands it. Everybody respects him, and you just want to see him, do well. They had a quarterback situation, so Gardner Minshew has been named, the starting quarterback for this. Is that an upgrade, over Jimmy G? Is that an upgrade over other quarterbacks that they had? They got Aiden O'Donnell there that Jimmy or that Gardner beat out. I do think Gardner Minshew, he's always game. He's always going to go out there and compete. He always will give you some sort of shot. You're not completely lost with Gardner Minshew. I think more than anything is find out what you got with Zamir White to complement the passing game, because they got Brock Bowers, they got Mayer at the tight end spot. You got Jacoby Myers, you got Devontae Adams and everything. So I like the pieces that they have on the Raiders side, and even on the defensive side. There you got Max Crosby's, and you got this, and I don't even call him a kid because he's 29. He's not a kid, but Spillane that came from Spillane. I think I'm saying that right, from the Pittsburgh Steelers. He ended up in Las Vegas last year. So now I think he's fully getting into, his culture there, and everybody's depending on him to man the middle at the linebacker position. So I, Las Vegas is going to be interesting. And it's something to be said. I talked about this before with the Jacksonville Jaguars when Urban Meyer left. It's something to be said when you come to work. When you come to work, and there's certain things that you just really don't have to deal with. You don't have to worry about. You don't have to talk about. And you can just go out there and play football. And I think some of that got to that point with Josh McDaniels, is that there were things that it was just like, why are we discussing this? Why are we having to discuss this? When you don't have to do that, that changes the culture, that changes the environment, that changes the vibe that's with the team. So I think going into this fresh, not having to talk about any of that and really just talking about football is going to do wonders for the Raiders. So the Chargers, they got a new coach, fresh off a national championship with the Michigan Wolverines. Harbaugh shows up, and he brings Greg Roman with him, and I'm going to say there's going to be a more balanced offense when it comes to the LA Chargers, because Harbaugh, Jim, likes to run the ball. Greg Roman loves to run the ball. When he was in Baltimore, they were running the ball all over the place. Now, Herbert is not Lamar Jackson, so we know that's not going to happen. But he did bring J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards from Baltimore, so obviously they have a plan of implementing that run game. Wide receiver, question marks there. You lose Mike Williams and you lose Keenan Allen. So is it Josh Palmer time? Is it DJ Chark? Is it Ladd McConkey, the rookie? I don't know. That's going to be, the pieces that can Josh Herbert connect with those guys sooner than later. But I do think it will be a balanced offense. I don't think they're just going to be out there trying to get Justin Herbert to throw 15 million times, and take some pressure, off of him. And even on the defensive side of the ball, they got some pieces on it. You got Derwin James, you got the Bosa, you got Khalil Mack, you got players on that side. So offense, defense, obviously special teams. You need all of that, but I think it's really going to be predicated on the offense and staying on the field. Can they stay on the field? Can they sustain drives? And that helps the defense out, and that tires out the defense on the other side, because we all know they're going to try. Like I said before, I sound like a broken record, but they're going to try and run the ball and maybe slow this thing down and not put it all on Justin. And then when Justin needs to make plays, he'll make plays. So interesting team there. So we don't need to talk about the Chiefs. I'm not talking about them. So we know who finished first. Fourth place. Who I got? Ooh. I'm going to say Denver is going to be in fourth. Learning curve. Bo Nix is going to figure this thing out in the trenches. He's going to figure it out on the job. Third place or second place. That leaves it down to the Chargers and the Raiders. New coach, new full-time coach. Some additions. Ooh, that's. I'm going to say Chargers are third, and I'm going to say the Raiders finish in second place on this thing. We'll see. We'll see if I'm right. That's just how I feel, right? It's just my opinion. So we got Denver, 4. We got Chargers, 3rd. Vegas, 2nd. And then Super Bowl champs, man, keep them right there where they're at first until somebody else changes.